Qin Shi Huangdi started out as a lord for the Zhou dynasty. When the Zhou dynasty states started warring against each other, Qin made his move to become the leader of China. It took careful planning, but finally northern China bowed down to Qin. Qin believed he had won the mandate of heaven, a Chinese belief that the gods had chosen him to be the ruler. The Qin dynasty was in the time of 221 BC to 206 BC. The Qin dynasty was a strict and powerful dynasty. Emperor Qin ruled strictly and swiftly, and he wanted to be as powerful as possible. You always had to follow the laws. If you disobeyed him, then you would be severely punished. Once Shi, now known as Qin, was emperor, he changed many things. When the emperor was in command, he built many palaces. Qin destroyed the Chinese people's weapons, books, and split China into 36 districts. Qin used peasants, forcing them to work under slave conditions to build roads, bridges, canals, and buildings.
Daily life and social classes. Emperor Qin believed not all men were the same. The highest class consisted of the scholars and government officials. They were the rich and well-respected. Next were the peasants and farmers. They made most of the Qin dynasty's population. Also, farmers supplied food for the Qin dynasty citizens. After peasants came silk makers or blacksmiths, also known as artisans. They were respected because they made important tools for the people, like clothes, pots, and art. The lowest class were the merchants. They were not really respected because many people thought they dealt illegally, though some merchants were rich. Just as in dynasties before them, invaders were starting to attack the northern border. To prevent more raiding, Qin decided to build a barrier on the northern border of the Qin dynasty. Qin forced peasants to build the wall, but they were not paid to build the wall. Many peasants died building the wall. When the project was finished, it was 1,500 miles long. It is now known as the Great Wall of China. Qin Dynasty culture. Emperor Qin thought rich people were much better than poor people. The rich tried to look as wealthy and attractive as possible. They wore brightly colored silk robes. Poor people wore plain clothing made of hemp, a rough, uncomfortable material made of plant fibers. The color of one's clothing communicated a lot. Yellow and red symbolized beauty and power. The symbol of the emperor was the dragon with 5 claws. No one else could wear a dragon with 5 claws. The symbol of the empress was the phoenix. The ancient Chinese loved music. They wrote the words music and enjoyment the same. They also played lots of indoor and outdoor games.
Types of jobs. There were lots of farmers. The wealthier farmers could afford equipment and workers. Poor ones would have to do everything by hand. Not many peasants could afford to buy an artist's work, so most of it went to the emperor. Laws and the government. Sometimes the Chinese people liked the laws Qin made, and sometimes they didn't. Qin made a law that the subjects had to spy on one another to make sure everyone was doing their job. Qin had an enforcement group to enforce them. The first emperor made changes like a uniform writing system and a law code for everyone. That is called standardization. Qin introduced a system of weights, measures, money, written languages, laws, and nobody argued with him about it. The Terracotta Army. Qin was going to die soon, and he wanted something to guard him in the afterlife. The great project started when Emperor Qin was 13. He ordered thousands of prisoners to build an army of clay soldiers to guard his tomb for when he goes into the afterlife. Soldiers posed for these incredible life-size statues, so no two soldiers looked alike. The life-size army of clay, called the Terracotta Army, was believed to protect the dead emperor in the afterlife. Another thing Qin wanted was his younger son to rule. Usually, the emperor's eldest son takes over the dynasty, but Qin thought his eldest son would be a bad ruler. Qin told his son to kill himself so his younger son could take over. His eldest son did kill himself, and now his younger son was in line to rule.
When Emperor Qin died in 210 BC. When Urshi, his youngest son, took over, the government became really bad. The peasants rebelled against Urshi, and they ended up winning. When a peasant named Liu Bang took over, and it became the Han Dynasty. In the end. The Qin Dynasty was short, but they did contribute to Chinese history. The Qin Dynasty did many great things for future dynasties. He created a basic language, money system, and built roads, bridges, canals, and protective boundaries, such as the Great Wall of China. Though Qin believed that some men were better than others, he was still tough on everybody. Many thought that Qin was too strict. He didn't think about that. He said, 1,000 may die, so 1,000 may live. Qin may have been strict, but he did help unite and strengthen future dynasties. His work was so influential in China, named after Qin Dynasty.
Thanks for watching. Bye!